Yo guys, what's up? The Apple event just concluded and we got so much today. We got iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro, Apple Watch Series 8, Apple Watch SE 2, then we got the crazy Apple Watch Ultra on top of second gen AirPods Pro. There's literally so much to talk about, so let's start off with the iPhone 14 first. As expected, there are two sizes here, 6.1 at 6.7 inches, and they start at $799 and $899 respectively, which is a big deal because it's the first time ever we're getting the 6.7 inch screen size under $1,000, and I don't know, it looks really good. Color wise, we've got blue, purple, black, white, and product red, of course, and I have to say the purple is pretty nice looking. Like it's a very light color, but it also looks stunning. Let's talk about the big features. Satellite connectivity, guys. I was talking about this for months, no one believed me, and look where I am now. I'm here, and there's satellites in the sky because there's a new feature dubbed emergency communication via SOS, where if you're outside of cellular connectivity or Wi-Fi, you can actually go on to your phone and send a short text message and also request emergency help using satellites. It's a really beautiful user interface. I have never seen anything like it, and I believe this is the first smartphone ever in history to do this. I am just so excited to test it out. I have never looked forward to anything more, and I can't believe we did it. We got satellite on the iPhone 14. And on the standard models, I really think the other big part of the story is the camera system. There's new sensors in here that let in way more light than before. It's still two lenses, a standard wide angle and an ultra wide, but the images that they were showing even on the standard 14s were a lot better than we thought on the 14. Now, as for the processor, it is still an A15 chip, but there is an extra GPU core, I believe, so it will still be faster year over year when compared to the 13s. Oh, I should also mention that there's no SIM tray physically on US models. So if you live outside of the US, Apple knows how important that is. But eSIM adoption is huge. It's pretty much everywhere. I use it now. So Apple was like, all right, SIM tray, you gotta go. I gotta move on to the pros now though, because these are actually crazy. We've got the dynamic island. You guys have been seeing this going around. It is the notch way better than we've ever seen it before. And while I know I was initially skeptical of this implementation, after seeing how Apple is doing it, putting the indicators in the middle, basically making it a core part of the software as well as the hardware. It looks so good, and it is the best implementation, and they did it, right? Like the dynamic island is so cool. It is incredibly smooth with a still 120 hertz display, and the UI interaction, I've never seen anything like it. While we're on the front, let's talk about the always on display. Not only does the screen get brighter, it is also going to be always on finally, which is really cool because we've been waiting for a long time, and Apple's implementation is really nice. It takes key parts of your wallpaper and dims it a little bit, and man, again, like just the images, this is amazing. Looking at the back of these Pros though, the cameras are even crazier with a new 48 megapixel camera system. I mean, there's so much to go into. It's too much in-depth information for this like brief after event video. The key takeaways for me is there is significantly better low light performance. The ultra wide lens is way better. The telephoto has 2x and 3x now because they're doing something crazy by cropping in and out of the 48 megapixel sensor. And seeing the images in the keynote, I don't believe that it's from a phone yet. Like until I get my hands on the thing, I just don't know if I believe something can look that good. It is just stupid, okay? Like the cameras this year, they're stupider than they've ever been. I also want to touch on video here because the iPhone is always leagues better than anybody else. And the video has this new feature called action mode that basically crops in and gives you this unbelievable stabilization. On the inside, you are getting the all-new A16 chip, which is 4 nanometers now, and you've got a 5-core GPU, and this is just on the iPhones. Also purple. We should talk about the colors. There is really good colors for the Pro this year. We finally get purple, and there's space black. It's a deep black. Oh my god, this is amazing. We don't have space gray anymore. They did the deep black. Thank you guys. Next up for the Apple Watch, we got 3 new models today. All right, there's the Apple Watch SE 2, which is the smallest upgrade by far. It's got a faster chip and essentially a spec bump, but also gets a redesigned back housing with a new material. And also there's crash detection, which comes to all new Apple Watch models this year, where if you're in an accident, if it detects it and you don't respond on your screen within 10 seconds, it connects you to emergency services, which is perfect in line with what Apple's done before. Moving on now to the flagship model, the standard Apple Watch Series 8. You can see here, you've got an all-new low power mode. This is something Apple has not done before, where you can extend the watch's battery over 30 hours by disabling some things. The major new feature though is temperature detection, where it will tell you if it notices changes in your temperature, and especially if you're someone with ovaries, it will tell you about your cycle and your tracking, and it makes these metrics that were really confusing way easier to understand. And listen, normally that's where the Apple Watch stops, but they did something crazy this year with the Apple Watch Ultra, which when I saw, I was literally sitting mouth agape because it is the craziest thing that Apple announced today. But seeing the new Ultra, I mean, look at the design. It's totally rugged, it's totally different, a completely flat display, it's way more waterproof, it's way more resistant to anything. And I have to say, I really like the way it looks. I like the little crown guard on the side. I don't think that I'm an extreme athlete. After seeing today, I know I'm an extreme athlete, and I'm getting the Apple Watch Ultra. And I say that because of the crazy feature set, including precision dual frequency GPS, which is going to make this the most accurate tracking watch in the world. The case itself is 49 millimeters now, so it is absolutely massive, and it's made of titanium, so it's super lightweight. You can get up to 60 hours of battery life now with the low power mode, but the standard battery life is going to be about 30 hours on this watch, which we have never seen, and I cannot comprehend. There's also a new action button on the side, which we have not gotten on a watch before, like something else that I'm just like, this is crazy. Can you believe we've got a button on a watch, a third one? There's also custom bands for custom workouts. There's like a new diving band and a long distance running band and a mountain type vibe band. Like, they really paid attention to all of the details here. I don't know, guys, I haven't felt this way about a watch since the original, where I'm like legitimately stoked to get it. It is the most exciting thing that Apple announced today. The Apple Watch Ultra, I'm getting this. I am an extreme sport athlete now. Okay, I literally, this is how I felt when I saw it. Like, don't know how to process it. So different than what we thought. Such a cool niche. So happy that for me, the Apple Watch is really exciting again. And finally, let's talk about the last announcement of today, AirPods Pro 2. All right, we've got double the active noise cancellation as before. That was incredibly impressive when they showed it off. In addition to personalized spatial audio. Before, it's just been standard for everybody, but now, because everybody has different ears, the way that the spatial audio works is going to literally match your own environment and setup. There's a new H2 chip inside, and you can even charge AirPods Pro 2 with your Apple Watch charger, which is incredible. And the battery life, guys, it's 6 hours now on a single charge on just the buds. It used to be 4.5 hours, so 6 hours is going to be a massive upgrade, and especially if you're sitting on old AirPods Pro, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a major change day to day that you'll notice. There's also updated touch controls this year, where you can swipe down on the bud to turn the volume down, or swipe up to turn it up, which is so good. All right, I didn't realize this. I missed this during the keynote. I only realized after. You can change the volume on the bud now. If you're running, you don't have to get your phone or your watch. That's amazing. Touch controls, I think they were saying, is like the #1 thing people have asked for. Can you tell I'm excited? Overall, crazy event. Did I mention that the iPhone got satellite? That's the only thing that I can think about on top of the Apple Watch Ultra. Biggest fall event for me in years. It's been wild. All right, I gotta run. We'll catch up later. This is insane. More videos to come. Bye-bye.